Hey, it's Linda here. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the course that I'm doing. It's a 12-week course, and we start with step one. And whether you're part of my course or not, there is a lot of us out here in recovery that are trying to get our lives in order, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, uh, some kind of addiction, some kind of behavior that is holding us from becoming all that we can be and what God wants us to be. The first thing that I've realized, the first step of recovery is admitted that we're powerless over alcohol, drugs, our addiction, whatever it might be, and that our lives are unmanageable. But what I've realized before you even get to that stage, you've got to figure out why it matters. Why does it matter? Why are you even looking at the problem that you might be having? First off, is it a problem? Is it a problem? Why is it a problem? Who said it's a problem? We've got to get down to our own personal convictions, because if you're trying to change a habit or a behavior for somebody else, it's not going to stick. I can guarantee you that right now. If you're not doing it for you because you've got a bigger purpose in life than using or eating or whatever it might be, if you don't have some internal reason, it's probably going to be really difficult to make a change. So once you have a why, once you know what do you want your life to look like? Why do you want to move forward and become a different person than the one that you've been? Then you can start going to the next step. And the next step is admitting that you can't do it. Obviously, if you've tried before, if you're watching this video, if you have been in a recovery program, you've been to counseling, you've had people ragging at you for who knows how long, and you know that you've tried and you can't do it alone. So that's the next step. First off, why does it matter? Why do you care? And then what do you do next? How do you admit that you're powerless? Well, that's not too hard. It's just to put it on paper. I can't do this. But then what? Well, that's why there's 12 steps to this, because it's not as simple as just admitting that I can't do this. That's I find that if all you do is get to step one and you don't quickly jump into step 2 and 3, but come to believe that there's somebody that can help me and that I can turn it over and have a good life, then step 1 can be very, very depressing. So quickly come to terms and understand that you've got a purpose. You've got a reason to continue to try to overcome this challenge that you have. And 2, that there is a way out. There are people to help you. God has put people in your life. And if you don't have a higher power, if you don't know God, if you haven't come to, a faith-based situation, then, hey, don't worry about it. Just reach out and get some help and learn from people that have figured it out. I started my recovery process 44 years ago in September, and I stayed clean and sober for 10 years. And then I had a glass of wine with dinner, finished the bottle, drank for 10 years. Now it'll be 25 years actually in March or April of this year. So, and we are now in 2022 trying to overcome 2021, the pandemic. It's been a bad last year. But you know what? A lot of people gained weight, myself included, drank more, ate more, gambled more, did a lot of things to avoid dealing with the reality of the helplessness. See, that's the big problem. That's part of why this recovery thing is so difficult, because we don't like feeling helpless. We don't like being powerless. And that's been this whole pandemic we're powerless. We don't have any control over what's happening to us. In a lot of ways, but we have a lot more control than we realize. We have all the control over how we handle it. That's up to us. So if you are ready to start working on getting a handle on where you're heading in life and on not continuing with these addictions or these barriers to whether it's your life in general or your business or whatever, reach out. Because I know, first off, you got to figure out what you need. I can help you with that. I've been a counselor for 30 years. I know how I can help you get started if you don't have a clue where that is. If getting started is realizing you got a problem and kind of evaluating, do you have a problem? Maybe you don't. But hey, I can work with you on that. All you need to do is go to my website, lindalarsonschlitz.com, look for the little coaching tab there. See if I might be a good fit for you, and click on that, set up an appointment, and we can get started right away. So I'm really glad that you took the time to watch this. I'm really looking forward to it. If you want to get my other videos, I will be going through all 12 of these steps in this very short little format here, because the assignments that people are doing, this is kind of a quick overview of what people will be doing with these assignments in my course. So please sign up and hit the little bell so you get the notifications, and just get on board. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Linda Larson Schlitz from the Faucet of Hope.